Fine, good morning to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and you all are doing well. So warm greetings to you all students. Welcome to our today's online class. Okay, so now we are studying about chapter 11, functions. What's the title of our chapter? Functions, isn't it? So in this chapter you have studied lot of functions or different types of functions you have studied. Isn't it? What are the types of functions you have studied? C-type function, then that is character type function, then input and output of function, isn't it? So lot of functions you have studied in this chapter. Okay, so before I am going to start about my today's portion, so just recall what are things I have taught at the last class. Okay, so last class we have studied about which function? Last class we have studied about which function? Character type function or string type function, isn't it? So what are the string type functions you have studied? String copy, strcpy, then strcmp string compare, then strlen or string length. So this much of things we have studied in the last class. Okay, so today I am going to teach about one functions from the string function and remain things from mathematical function. Okay, so first all of you take your computer textbooks in your hand. Okay, so today we are going to study about one of the important function called strcat. Okay, so this function always take two arguments. Okay, so strcat function will always take how many arguments? Two arguments. Okay, so what are the two arguments has been taken by this function mean? First one is target and second one is source. Okay, already you have studied about this target and source. In which one? String copy. Isn't it? What's the use of string copy? It will copy what are strings you have given to the source code, that the target code, that is automatically copied to the source string, isn't it? Same thing here, strcat means, okay, so this here some functions or something will append at the last of the previous character. What do you mean by append? What's the meaning of append? Append means nothing but add. Okay, so automatically if you are giving to one sentence, okay, so at the end of the sentence you should add some words. Understood? Already one sentence is there, at the end of the sentence you are going to add one word, so that is appending at the last or adding at the last. Okay, so like this, if this function is used to add or append some character string at the by the source. Okay, so that is normally copied to which one? Target. Understood? Okay, so this is the general format for strcat of target comma source. Okay, so automatically the what are things you have given target, it is added to the end of the source string. Okay, see the program. So what are the header files you need to include here? First one is iostream.h means iostream.h, no problem. Okay, so second one, you are studying about which function? String function. So which file needs to come here? string.h. Okay, so what's the next line? Using namespace std. Okay, then next one, what do you need to write? Main of function. Okay, so inside the main of function, so you are declaring a variable called what? Target. Okay, so what variable you have declared? Target. Of which data type? Character. Understood? So what's the meaning of this one? Inside the bracket 50. So last class I said this is called what? Array. Okay, so what's the meaning of 50 mean? So here in the source variable or in the variable target, you can able to store till 50 characters. Understood? What's the meaning of a target of 50? Target of 50 means, so how many characters you are going to store at the target, that's not a matter, but you can able to store till how many characters? 50 characters or 50 letters. Understood? Okay. So next one is source. Okay, so what's the next variable? Source. So source is also of data type which one? Character. So here also source, because automatically whatever you are giving at the source, add at the end of the line. So here also they are giving the data type as char, and also inside this one, that variable source, inside that they can able to store till how many? 50. Understood? Okay, listen. So in the place of target, they have given one sentence, learning C++ is fun. Okay, in the place of target, they have given one sentence. What is that one? Learning C++ is fun. Okay. So in the place of source, they have given easy and very useful. Okay. So what's the use of this strcat? So strcat will always, what are strings you have given at the source, that is automatically copied to the end of the string, isn't it? So you are giving the string, that is you are giving what sentence you are giving in the variable target. Learning C++ is fun, isn't it? So this variable or this sentence you are giving at the word target, isn't it? Now you are going to add next. What are things you are giving in the source? That one is going to add with which one? Target or append. That means adding at the end of the paragraph or end of the line. Understood? So what's the function? strcat of target comma source. That one you should include here. Okay, strcat of target comma source. Okay, so next you need to print which variable? Because already you have studied what are things you have stored in the source is automatically added at the last to the target. So now all the details are stored in where? Stored in target. So you should call the variable called target. Understood? Then now last line is return 0. See what's output you are getting? Learning C++ is fun and easy and very full. Understood? So you are going to have added the easy and very full at the last of the first sentence. Understood? So what are things you have given in the source, that is automatically copied to which string? Target string. Understood? Okay. So next function, string function is strupr. Okay. So what's the name of this one? Means string upper. Okay, already you have studied to string off, to lower off, to below, isn't it? So here you are going to study about strupr. Name it's having string upper. Okay. So this function is mainly used to convert the given strings into uppercase letters. Okay. Sometimes say they have written in small letters, but if you are using the function strupr, so it will automatically convert your given letter into a which format? For example, you are giving some details. The details contain all the things or all the lines you have written in which letter? Small letter. But now I need to remake that one as a capital letter. Okay. So in that situations you need to use which one? strupr, that is string upper. Mainly used to convert given string into which letters? Uppercase letters. Okay. In the some places it is not useful, or you are going to write a program using strupr. So in that, so there is no okay. So already you have studied string upper means it is mainly used to convert the given letters into a upper, that is small letters are converted into uppercase letters. Sometimes in the program itself they are giving uppercase letters. But you are going to ask the function also strupr, whether you will get the output? No. Because already it is in uppercase letters. In such a situations, if already the letters or words are in uppercase letters, no need to convert the given case into a uppercase as it is. Okay. But if it is that, if that and all is in lowercase letters, the program will automatically convert to which one? strupr. Understood? Okay. So what's the first line? What are the header files you need to include? Hash include ISTM, that is input output operation. Then C type dot H. So what's the use of C type? Character type functions. Then now we are studying about which header file? String.h. Okay. So next one is inside the main of functions you are declaring a variable called which one? str1. Okay. So inside that bracket you are going to discuss what's variable? str1. That variable is of data type which one? 50. That means it can able to store till 50 characters. Okay. So next in the cout screen they are giving type any string in lowercase letters. Okay. So from the user you are getting the input. Okay. So from the user you are asking, so please enter some letters in lowercase. That is enter some, please enter in what? Some small letters. Okay. So then listen. So what are things you have typed by here? That is taking by whom? This gets str function. Okay. So what's the use of get str function? So normally used to get the input through the input device and give the output, isn't it? So same thing only here. Okay. So next they are given converted the source string. Okay. Now you are going to convert the given string into a source string. Okay. For that, what's the format means? First you should give the variable. What's the variable? So already have defined on variable. What's the variable? str1. So now you are going to, why you are giving means all the things are stored in the variable str1. Okay. So next you are going to change this. What are the things you are given? So that things you are going to change in which one? Uppercase letters. Okay. So to change into a string upper, what function you need to use? strupr. Okay, strupr. So now the variable you are typing. What is the variable? So some in output space you might assign any variable. Okay. So that is automatically stored in which variable? str1. So you are calling the variable called str1. So inside the which function you need to call? String upper of strupr of str1. Understood? Then last line return 0. See the output. What output you will get? Type any string in lowercase letters. Okay. So they have entered the screen as what? Enter the word as computer science. So what's the use of the string upper? Normally used to convert the given character into a uppercase. But you are entering the letters into a small letter. The same output you are going to get in a computer letter. See the output. Computer science. But here in the program there you are giving the input as a computer science as small letter. But in the output you are getting as a capital letter. Understood? Okay. So next one is strlwr of, that is string lower of. Okay. So same thing like as a string upper of, but only similar different. So string lower of is mainly used to convert the given capital letters into a small letters, or convert the given string into a small letters. Understood? What's the use of strlwr? String lower, mainly used to convert the given letters are given. In some places you need only a capital letter enough, you will think. So at that places and all you should use which one? String lower of. Okay. So in this string lower of also mainly used to convert the given uppercase letters into a lowercase letters. Okay. So this is the general form. What is the general format? strlwr of string. Okay. Listen carefully. So now we are going to study about one program. What is the first line of the program? Hash include iostream, isn't it? What is the second line? Hash include iostream dot h. Then third one is ctype dot h. Next one is string dot h. Okay. Then main of function. So inside the main of function you are declaring a variable, say program only. So you are declaring a variable called str1. So inside that one you are giving 15. What's the meaning? You can able to store till 50 characters. Next you are going to print string, that is converted the string. After converted you should store in your account. Okay, that name you should give. So see, converted the string. So what string you are entering here? So that string is taken by the word str1. Okay. So what word you are giving? Computer science as a small letter is converted into capital letters. Understood the output? So understood the program? Okay. So next we are going to study about mathematical functions. So what's the what's the use of max? So what's the use of max? By studying max you can able to do your calculations well, isn't it? So based on your wish you can able to calculate anything. Okay. So here also you are going to use some mathematical header files. Okay. So each header file will contain which one? Some basic mathematical functions. Okay. So each of the header file will contain some mathematical functions. Okay. So first one is which function? Means cos of function. Cos of function. Okay. So listen. So this function always takes a single arguments in radius. Okay. Always she used to take single argument. So any one piece. Okay. Single argument it will take as a radians as input. That is very, very important. It will always take what is thing? Cos of function is mainly used to take which one? Radians as a input, and it will return the result or return the output you will get between the values -1 and +1. Okay. So cos of function always it will take how many? Only one argument as a input, but in the unit is radians. But this function will always return the values between -1 and +1. Okay. So either the value become float, double or long double. Understood? Okay. So next you need to give the, now we are going to study one example program. First one is header file. So what's the header file? iostream.h. Then you are going to use which function? Mathematical function. So which one you need to give? Math.h. Next one is using namespace std. Then main of function. So inside the main of function, listen. So you are giving two variables you have declared. What are the variables? What are the variables you have declared? Result. Isn't it? So listen, for that, first you are going to assign a variable called x. Okay. So in the variable x, you are assigning the value as a 0.5. Already you have mentioned the data type as double. Okay. So listen, next the result needs to store in which variable? Result needs to store in which variable? Cos of x. Okay. So which one you need to print as output? Cout cos of is a. So what are things you are entering there? That function you will get as an answer. Okay. For example, you are entering cos of 0. What answer you will get? 0 means 0, 1 means 0. So cos of 1 by 2 divided by 2. What answer you will get? So based on that you will get as output. But listen carefully here. All the things are taking only one as a radians. That is only one input. It will take as a radian, and also you will get as a values ranges between -1 and +1. Understood? Okay. So after giving this program, see the output. So here you are entering the, already you have entered the value as 0.5. Okay. Already you have entered the value as 0.5. Okay. So what answer you will get? Cos of 0.5 means you will get a 0.877583. Understood? That's the use of cos of function. Okay. So next one is square root of function. Okay. So what's the use of this function means? This function always used to return a square root for the given number. Understood? So what's the use of square root of function? You mainly used to prepare square root for the given values or given operands. Okay. So here this square of function always will take non-negative argument. What do you mean by non-negative? Without negative symbols. Square means we always used to keep as a positive number, isn't it? Likewise here also, this square of functions always prefer only a positive value, not a negative value. Okay. So if a negative value is passed as an argument means you will get some domain type errors. Understood? Understood or not? So this is in square root of function always you should give a positive value. If you are giving negative value means it won't accept, and also you will not get a output. Okay. And you will get as a domain errors. Understood? Okay. See one output program. What is the first step? Hash include IOStream. Second one is, here you are using which function? Mathematical. So which header file? Math.h, then using namespace std, then main now. Listen. So inside already you have studied all the things you should give in double. Isn't it? So listen. Double x equal to 6.25. So point number is there. Sorry, not a point number. The number is 625. Okay. So what's the result? Square root means divided by the particular number. Isn't it? So here square root of x. Okay, square root of x. Okay. Next, now you are going to print the variable. Now all the result is stored in which variable? SQ or T. Now you are going to print all the variables SQ or T. Okay. So and also already you have studied, always you will get a result between the values -1 and +1. Okay. So listen. So here you are giving which one? X equal to 625. Okay. So what's the square root of 625? 25 into 25, what answer you will get? 625. So what's the output you will get? So what's the use of square root function? So it is you mainly used to find a square root for a given number, but what's the thing means? You always should give a positive values. If you are giving a negative value means don't accept and you will get a domain error. But always you should give which value? Positive value. Understood? So now what output you will get? 25 into 25, the answer is 625. Understood? Okay. So next one is a sign of function. Sign of function also same thing only. Okay. So here, so inside the sign of function also you are giving only a single element as a radians. But this function will take the values and also return the result between -1 and +1. So the return value is either maybe double, float or etc. This sign of function and cos of function is similar. Okay. So next one is power of function. Okay. So this power of function, so mainly work based on a power of exponent form. Okay. So if you are passing a value as a double, you are also getting the output as a double. If it is not what result or what cast you are giving, that only you are getting as a output. Okay. So this power of function will also take two arguments as a input. Understood? So what are the two arguments means? First one is base value, second one is exponent value. Okay, so square root means two numbers will be there. One is square and one is exponent. Okay, so what's the first thing? You should write a header file. Then which function you are using? Math.h. So you should include which one? Math.h. Then using namespace std. Then main of, inside the main of function you are going to create a double value. Why? So already you have given, you will get a, you are giving input as a long double means you will get this answer also long double. So double. So what are the things you need to give? Square root, base and exponent. Next answer is stored in the result. Okay. So here they have given the base value is 2 and the exponent is 4. Okay. So how you need to write in the function? Power of base comma exponent. Okay. So instead you need to, now you are going to display the details on the screen. So what are the things you are giving in the cout? Power of, isn't it? Power of equal to. So what's the power? So that answer you need to write. Okay. So in this program, how many variables are required? 3. What are they? First one is base, next one is exponent, third one is result. Base is for giving base value, exponent is for finding exponent value, result. The answer is going to store in the result variable. Okay. So base you are giving, next you are going to assign the value for the base. So base you are giving the value as a 5 and exponent you are giving the value as a 4. So next what function you need to use? Power of. So what's the formula? Power of equal to base into exponent, base comma exponent. So in the cout you are giving power of is base and exponent. Okay. So listen. So next you are going to give a value for, next also you are going to find a value for sign. What's the sign of particular value? Okay. For that you are declaring a variable x for in the data type double. Okay. So you are going to find in a sign of function. So what the answer you should store in which variable? Result. So result equal to sign of x. Okay. So now you need to print the result. What output you will get? 5. This one is the meaning of square root. So 5 square root of 4. So what's value? 625. Next sign of 25 answer you will get as a 0.13. Understood? Okay. So up to this enough today. Tomorrow we can continue. So up to this built-in functions have been over. Okay. What are the built-in functions you have studied? Hashing, iostream stdio.h, then ctype.h, string.h, as well as today you have studied math.h. This and all very important things as well as basic things you should study thorough. Okay, remaining user defined functions you can continue in the next class. Thank you, students.